Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here at Southbound 2026, and there hasn't been a moment like this since the lunar landing in 1969. There has not been this much impact in one moment since the dinosaurs were extinct by the meteor. I am standing alongside Diana Gonzalez. Not only is she leading Allbound for Rev Partners, what is your official title? I don't want to misspeak and be burned alive.
Senior Product Growth Manager for the Allbound line of service at Rev Partners.
I don't even, that's too many words, but that just gives you a little bit of insight as to how much responsibility and impact she has. I am thrilled to say that I've known her for a while. I used to work at RP with her, and I can attest firsthand to the amount of GSD she has. Do you know what GSD is?
I don't.
Get shit done.
Right.
So she does it herself, and she makes sure that teams do that. Can you tell us a little bit? We were on a podcast recently, mine, no flex there, but Numbers Known, talking about the Allbound product and how teams can use it, what it's about. And luckily, we're standing in the middle of sponsors that are Rev Partners, Super, Clay, that kind of comprise the Allbound product. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. So we are essentially orchestrating inbound and outbound activities, and it is just so timely for this type of conference because we're truly just leveraging AI to make go-to-market exercises a lot more effective and efficient. So really being able to take the normal manual way of people doing prospecting and turning that upside down with AI, Rev Partners, HubSpot, Super, etc., to be able to create this engine that's automatically pushing the high fit and intent contacts into the top of the line for prospecting.
And it's not just that, but getting teams to understand what that means. So there's an element of coaching, getting the definitions built out so you understand what high intent looks like, so that you can find companies and they can find you. But that's more the all part, right? The debate forever has been inbound versus outbound. Is either one dead? How's AI impacting all of that? Can you tell us kind of how the two, the cooler story was really good. You don't have to tell that again, but how the two kind of are incorporated together in an example that drives and converts revenue.
Yeah, they're not dead. They have just never really worked together, and that's what we're seeing that is needed. So the buyer journey is getting more and more complex, and we're still looking at things from the perspective of a very linear funnel. And so please stop. So what we're seeing now is that when you're doing inbound and outbound together, when people are seeing you everywhere and anywhere at the same time, your brand recognition goes up. And brand recognition is not a buzzword. It's literally how people remember your product, your solution, the person who's reaching out, and they're much more likely to be able to actually engage and book a meeting, which is ultimately that pipeline generation that we all care about so much. And so when you're orchestrating your same outbound campaign with a LinkedIn message, with a paid campaign, with being everywhere, you're able to generate that pipeline so much more effectively.
It's the first time I believe I've ever seen this happen. People have been talking about you so much today that you've lost your voice.
Yeah.
It's crazy. A bunch of comments have, so they're there. That's pretty good.